Hey guys, so are you? David Franco here from dfranco.com as well as thefrancohosting.com. Links are right below. Check them out. With the introduction of iOS 6, brought official Siri support for the iPad. The new iPad, I should say. In other words, the iPad 3rd generation, the one you're looking at right now. But it also brought extended functionality of existing features in Siri for the iPhone 4S, such as movie reviews, sports scores, and the ability to finally launch apps, which is actually very handy. Now, I don't know about you, but I actually do use Siri just about every day, usually for setting alarms or timers, or even calling people without having to go through the phone app myself, and I personally find it very useful. Okay, so with that said, let's see how Siri performs on the iPad. What is the current temperature? As you can see, the interface is beautiful, very well done.
Right now.
And it gives me an hourly forecast of today's weather with a low of 61 degrees Fahrenheit and a high of 73, which in my opinion is very nice. Now, going over to the iPhone, you'll notice, well, first of all, on the iPad, if you tap it, it doesn't take you into a weather app because interestingly enough, Apple still doesn't have an official weather app for the iPad for whatever reason, but they finally have Clock, which is actually pretty freaking cool. So on the iPhone, let's see what happens. What is the current temperature?
It's currently 72 degrees.
Perfect. Now if I tap it, it takes a second to switch over, and there you go. Now as you can see, hopefully see anyway, the new weather app for the iPhone is downright beautiful. I mean, look at the choice in font, the nice gradient they applied on the bottom and the top, and overall the color scheme I think looks much better. The original weather app wasn't bad. It's always been very basic and it still is very basic, and yes, there are better free weather apps out there, but personally I've always been a fan of Apple's weather app. It works fine, it's simple, and it gets the job done. Now exiting out of that, let's see what else we can do with Siri. Show me movies starring Steve Carell.
Okay, I found some movies starring Steve Carell a bit far from Paul's
Carell. And there you go. Now if you tap one, 40-Year-Old Virgin, awesome movie. It'll actually show me the details right here with the Rotten Tomatoes score and everything, or you can even buy or rent it on iTunes, which is really neat. So if you tap that, it takes you into the iTunes store, and so it's kind of like a back door into the store to rent or buy movies, which I think is pretty damn cool. And there you go, 40-Year-Old Virgin. If I wanted to watch a trailer, I could. Now we are in portrait view, so it's not going to look that great. But there you go. It's working just great. I don't want to get hit for copyright, so let's exit that while we can. Now let's ask about something else. When is the next Phillies game?
The Phillies Mets game starts at 7:10 p.m.
Now you gotta admit, that's pretty damn cool. Now I haven't tried this, but if you tap it, what happens? Yeah, nothing. But then again, that's self-explanatory, I guess, because there's no official sports app on the iPad, at least not yet anyway. Now, let's try something else. Launch Tiny Wings HD. Perfect. Gotta admit, that's pretty damn cool. I love it. Now, let's see how they compare in terms of speed. Launch YouTube.
You don't seem to have an app named YouTube.
Ah, that's right. The iPad doesn't have YouTube right now. I actually completely forgot about that. So let's do another example. Launch Tweetbot. Pretty much the same exact speed. Very nice. And Tweetbot's a great app, by the way, if you're looking for an official Twitter alternative. I mean, this is not an official, I mean an alternative to the official app. Should have worded myself better. Now, what else can I ask it? Okay, a timer. Set a timer for 1 minute.
Your timer is set for 1 minute.
Now, for some reason, the iPhone 4S has been delaying lately.
Okay.
You see that?
Your timer is set for 1 minute.
I'm not really sure why. It's not a huge deal. It is a minor annoyance, and I hope Apple fixes that soon. But it works pretty well. Now, we'll just wait till that goes off in the background. But in the meantime, let's do another quick test. What else? Okay, here we go. Wait, does the iPad even have reminders? Oh, it does. Okay, that's right, it does. That shows how much I use it. Remind me. Whoa! Hold on. Okay, hold on. You know what? Start over. That was my fault.
I'll remind you to
Yeah. La. That's kind of funny. Okay. You know what? Cancel everything, people. Everything. There you go. Timer's done. Okay. I got it. Now the iPhone's gonna go off in like 5 seconds later. There you go. Zelda music. Remind me to buy an iPhone 5S next October.
Here's your reminder for October 1st, 2012 at 9 a.m. Shall I create it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Now, as you can see, it said iPhone 5X. I guess that's kind of understandable that it misunderstood me. But still, it works great. Now I'm going to have to go in there and cancel that. But as you can see, the integration is awesome. Everything is working very well. It's certainly not perfect. I'm not afraid to admit that, obviously. It needs work in certain areas. But I got to say, I'm really, really glad to finally have Siri support on the iPad. Oh, and real quick, guys, I got to show you the clock app. The clock app is downright beautiful. I mean, look at this big-ass timer. Look at these buttons. That's not typically Apple's design style, which I find very interesting. But it's pretty cool. I mean, look at this. It's filling up like a pie chart. How neat is that? I don't know if I'm just easily amused. I mean, I am typically. But I just got to say, that's really cool. And, of course, you have a stopwatch. We do have alarms, which is a huge-ass clock. And finally, world clock, which I gotta say looks really neat. It allows up to 6 clock faces, and it automatically shows it on the world map, which I gotta say is really, really cool. I love Apple's attention to detail. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Hopefully this video helped you decide whether Siri is something for you. Again, personally, I love Siri. I'm kind of sick of seeing people say, oh, nobody uses Siri, it's stupid, it's a gimmick. Well, I have to disagree. I use it just about every day. It's part of my daily routine, and it's kind of like waking up in the morning and checking my email. It's kind of something that happens naturally now. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Say goodbye to Siri. Bye, Siri.
Okay, see you soon. Nice talking with you.
Thank you. She's so freaking polite. I love it. I will see you guys Monday.